Alright, so today we're gonna take a look at a TFZ S2 Pro. This is my first review video. I missed reviewing. It's been like 2 weeks since I reviewed something. And of course, it will be with a bang with the S2 Pro. So the TFZ S2 was my top 5 recommendation for a long time here in the channel. And of course, the Pro version is something that I'm really excited about. But of course, a big thanks to Hi-Fi Go for sending this over. Links down below for their shop. Use my links, it will help out the channel a lot. So in the box, it comes with a typical TFZ box, very similar than what you get with the TFZ S2. It says, of course, S2 Pro in-ear monitor. And it also has several colors, and I do have the black color with me. Alright, so in the box, of course, you get the IEM, and you do get that kind of similar package than what you get with the other TFZs, that you get a lot of tips that they included, which is nice. There's actually a surplus of tips that you can choose from. It also has a case that's included. This is the same on the TFZ Exclusive 3. Alright, so this is the IEM itself. It's actually very different in terms of look because of that kind of bear and T logo. To be honest, I'm not really a big fan of that. Of course, if you like that or not, that will be up to you. That's the typical TFZ shape also. In terms of the cable, it comes with actually similar to what you get with the TFZ number 3 kind of cable. It's different compared to the S2 and also compared to the T2. So this is more like the TFZ number 3 kind of cable, which is actually nice. I do like that cable. But I do prefer still the TFZ T2 cable over this one, but this is not so bad. So it comes with a straight plug at the top. It also very pliable material. Also, it's soft enough, and it feels also high quality here with this cable. The fork part is made of what seems to be metal, and it also has preformed ear hooks here at the top, and it's soft preformed ear hooks also. Very similar than what you get with the TFZ number 3 again. In terms of connector, it actually comes with a kind of new KZ connector, and it's very stable also. Tips wise, you get that very comfortable tips than what you get with the S2, the old S2, which is something I definitely like. Here it is compared to the old S2, very similar in shape, and also the connector is similar also. I do think that the S2 is more stable in terms of the connector. The S2 is more light in terms of the connection. At the side also, it's very similar in terms of shape, and again, that kind of tips is very similar as well. But if you look at the cable, definitely the S2 Pro now is a better cable compared to what you get with the old S2. The S2 is definitely thinner compared to the S2 Pro. So this is how it looks like. So in terms of looks, it's very similar to the S2. I do like that it's a black design, but definitely I'm not a fan of that kind of symbol that they have with the S2. So in terms of comfort, these are very comfortable. The old S2s was one of the most comfortable earphones that I wore. Very good in terms of the tips, and also very good in terms of the shape in the ear. So very comfortable here. There's no stability. These are also very stable. That's that in-ear kind of design, of course, and it also has ear hooks that are pretty stable. This is something that you can definitely walk with and even run with. It's that stable on the ear. In terms of isolation, this isolates above average also. This isolates quite well. It blocks out most of the noise outside. So overall, in terms of build and the isolation, I have no major issues here, much like the old S2. This is a solid kind of design, and I like that they continued it from the previous S2. Right, so now let's go to sounds. In terms of sound, it is very similar than what you get with the TFZ S2, but tone down the bass a bit and make it a little bit less bright also here in the S2 Pro. So it's kind of a more, in a way, mature kind of signature. This is a different signature compared to the S2 Pro, but it has a lot of similarities, which we're gonna compare later. So it's a V-shaped sound still. It has some warmth because this has some boomy bass at the bottom, and it also doesn't have super bright highs on top compared to what you get with the old S2. This smooth sounding, again, relaxed also here in the S2 Pro, much like the old S2. So definitely this is a colored sound overall. This is a fun sounding IEM. but it's less lively compared to the TFZ T2, which is the #1 recommendation here in this channel. Highs, the highs are smooth, also enough extension at the top, not the brightest that I've heard. Definitely less bright compared to the old S2. It has some shimmer, but this is a bit more relaxed and more laid back. No sibilance though, so that is very nice, especially for a treble sensitive crowd. The old S2 for some people are definitely too bright for them. This is a bit more toned down with the S2 Pro. So this is kind of a bit more polite kind of highs here with the S2 Pro. This is not something that you want to use for some monitoring. This is more smooth and also more for a casual listen. So definitely still very good highs here, I'd say, but this is not the strength of the S2 Pro. Mids, so definitely in terms of mids, this is where the previous S2 shined and still shined here with the S2 Pro. This is one of the strengths of the S2 Pro. The mids are thick and lush also here, and also much like the S2, it has great body in the mids. One of the best mids that I've heard in the $50 range, definitely, and yes, it carries over to the S2 Pro. I would say this is even a tad better compared to the old S2 because the detail here is better in the S2 Pro. So bass is in the boomy side, but not overpowering. So definitely less compared to the old S2. This has slight warmth because there's a slight mid-bass bump here. But it's not super bassy compared to the old S2. I would say bass heads can still survive here because there's still a V-shaped sound. You can pump up the volume and you'll get definitely enough bass because there's a boomy bass in general. You can kind of survive here, but this is not the most bassy earphone that I have heard in the price range. Definitely bass is substantial here, and I would say very good bass here overall. Detail wise, this is better compared to the old S2. This retrieves detail better, but definitely this is still not the most detailed pair that I have listened to. Detail is just all right here with the S2 Pro. In terms of response, this is not a super fast earphone also per se. It's just all right again. This is not the strength of the S2 Pro. Soundstage here is expansive, much like the S2. Again, one of the biggest in the price range. If you like stage, this is something that you can consider. This is one of the strength of the S2 Pro. Imaging is above average, a touch better compared to the old S2. Positioning can be found easily, not super black and white compared to the 10T3, not monitor level, but very good here still in the S2 Pro. In terms of separation, this having a big stage but smooth sound, the separation is not that black and white. I would say just all right here in the separation department. This is not something that you want to use for some mixing work. Whereas overall for TFZ S2 in terms of sound, this is kind of like a more mature TFZ S2 because the old S2 definitely is brighter and also more bassy. It's more in a way fun, but you have kind of less highs and less bass, which makes it a more kind of mature, more pleasing, more polite kind of IEM, more listenable for a long listening session, less sibilant. It's still both good sounding, but this is a slightly differently tuned compared to the old S2. So compared to the CCA C12, which is one of my favorite KZs now under that kind of price range, the C12 definitely is more detailed, especially in the mids department. The C12 is more drier sounding, more clean sounding. Something that you can use still for some monitoring with the C12. The S2 Pro is more smooth and lush. So again, it will be up to you what you like in terms of the overall tonality. The S2 Pro is more bassy. The C12 is more balanced and also brighter on top. With the C12. The stage is a touch bigger in the S2 Pro. So overall, I do prefer still the C12 because of better detail retrieval, more revealing, less laid back, and more balanced sound, I'd say overall. So I do like in the C12 that it's more bright on top. It retrieves more detail in the highs department. So I do like the C12 more than the S2 Pro. Alright, so let's compare it side by side now with the TFZ S2. So the S2 is warmer sounding, the old one. The Pro is more relaxed in terms of the bass in comparison. Both are smooth, both are relaxed sounding. They both have their similarities in terms of the tonality overall. Both have lush mids, very similar mids, but the mids in the S2 Pro is more detailed, just a tad more detailed compared to the old S2. The S2 base is more boomy and also forward. The S2 Pro is more balanced sounding. The S2 Pro was more toned down highs. The S2 is more bright, more clarity on top. So it will be up to you actually what you like. If you like a brighter IM, maybe go for the old S2. But if you like less sibilant, maybe go for the S2 Pro. It's also more lively sounding in the old S2. The S2 Pro is a more relaxed, more laid back sound. Stage is similar, maybe a tad bigger still in the S2, but very close. Detail retrieval is better in the Pro, again, but just a tad. So overall, they're very similar. The S2 Pro has a more balanced signature overall. I do think that the S2 Pro is better with that more kind of balanced signature, kind of a more mature sound. But in the grand scheme of things, they're just equal for me in terms of my favoritism. You can go either way. It will just depend on you what kind of signature you like. So compared to the TFZ T2, the T2 is more balanced sounding. The T2 has more micro detail. T2 is more lively sounding, more revealing. The S2 Pro is more relaxed, more laid back. In comparison, the T2 has more extended highs on top, more clarity on top, brighter in the T2. The T2 is more revealing overall, more lively also. The S2 Pro has a bigger stage. Again, if you like stage, S2 Pro, S2 is something that you can consider. So overall, I do like the T2 still more. It's a more balanced sound, more revealing sound overall, and also more lively sound in the T2. Right, so S2 Pro, I'm really a big fan of TFZs in general, and the S2 Pro is no slouch. If you found the old S2 to be brighter, and if you find the old S2 to be bassy, this might be the fix that you're looking for. This kind of a more, again, mature sound here in the S2 Pro. This may be something for those who like bass and doesn't like sibilance in their life. It's a more kind of controlled sound. So definitely, this is something for those kinds of people. So I would definitely recommend the S2 Pros for those people. Alright, so that is my review of the S2 Pro. Hopefully you learned something in this review. If you did, of course, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Have you listened to the S2 Pro? What do you think of them? How do you like the look? Let me know down in the comments below. If you have additional questions in the S2 Pro, let me know also down in the comments below. Oh, and of course, I did already a sound test of this versus the KZSX. Links in the comments below if you wanna check that out. And of course, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.